like, no, you don't.
Yeah.
Like, you don't. The general public does not think about him as like being one of the best ever. But ask a basketball player, they'll be like, dunk.
You know who I don't think is one of the best ever? Tekashi 6ix9ine. But someone told me that he's like back in the mix.
No, and I'm glad we're into my segment, so we got the music now. Jeez. Okay,
That's what I do, man.
Check this out.
I do changes the topic.
We all assume Tekashi to be a rat, right? Snitch, rat, whatever you want to call him. He's working with Kodak Black, who people assume to be a real street guy.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of funny because Kodak doesn't give a fuck, and he does have a funny line too in the song. He says,
"Well, you've heard it."
No, he put a snippet out, and in the snippet he said something to the fact like he's so hard, got a rat giving him cheese.
Wow.
So he's a rat.
Well, he was referring to Tekashi.
Yeah, no. So does that mean that Tekashi's a rat?
Takes one to know.
That's what people are saying. I don't know if he's a rat or snitch.
Do you think that the majority of people actually even care?
No, that's what people are saying too. It's like, are we getting to a time where people don't care? Because obviously people are listening to the Gunna album.
Yeah,
he's doing all right.
Well, I think we can agree that authenticity doesn't matter.
Has it ever?
Unless it's your shoes.
The image
BBBs?
though, like it's the image matters of like you could project an authenticity even if it's not real, but like your image and your persona.
I don't think people care anymore though.
I think people forget quick, and I think people like you can have one persona and then like after a while you can
it is
drop
what it is because we pick and choose.
Yeah,
I don't think we care about snitches. So as long as Gunna made listenable music, the people are going to listen to it.
And also, do you think white people like?
No, they're not.
Yeah, white people don't care.
They've never cared.
That's what I mean. And
they think they're all street.
And I'm pretty sure the majority of people buying this music still is white people. Like,
probably.
So you know,
it's probably
stats.
Yeah, I don't think many people care about that. I think that's what's the most interesting thing. Like, you have like a lot of I guess like rap news, rap culture and everything like that. And there's a level of like the real life world of it. Like, you know, like I don't know, the Melly mistrial kind of thing. And then
that's crazy.
And then, or like Thugger, stuff like that. And then there's like the people that listen to it that don't care. They're just basically like, yo, I heard a new song. Oh yeah, I love this new song.
But everyone does care. I mean, we cared even like the OJ case and stuff like that. People care about stuff like it's Melly's up for double murder. It's the same thing.
But OJ was like
he was like but the thing is, it's not this is why it's the same because all the little kids know Melly.
But
and that
the
was
OJ case,
but that was in a time where social media wasn't popping.
Yeah,
so we really didn't know OJ.
But no. But
our parents knew of OJ.
OJ was taking over all of the channels when I was trying to come home from school.
We had
watching.
no idea who he was.
No, but you knew that he was a big deal.
Gun.
Oh my god!
Again,
yeah,
we had no idea who OJ Simpson was.
Unless you knew football.
Again, we had our parents knew.
Yeah, but yeah.
Anyone under
you just knew as a dude who was in the white Bronco going because they kept on showing that over again and again.
That was it.
So wait, what's with the Melly thing though? Because like you said, kids actually know that like
they're watching it just as intently as adults were watching about OJ. Because to kids, he's like they're.
I believe you on this, but how do you know?
Because I believe you.
Okay. Yeah. I don't mean like disrespect you. I'm just curious.
I'm tapped in with the kids, but no, he's like they're like you got to imagine too. YNW Melly, believe it or not, he was on the same trajectory of like a Kodak. He got a song with Kanye West.
Kanye West, yeah.
Like he was literally like
So what? So
before he broke out, he's been locked up for how long? Sorry,
it's been a little bit over a year.
And for the murder of, I thought it was like 3 years.
It's probably been 3 years. Yeah, no, it's a long time.
Yeah, for a double murder.
Double murder of his 2 homies.
And there was a mistrial?
They just, the judge just announced today that it's a mistrial. The jury was deadlocked.
Yeah, because I remember hearing about YNW Melly first on Snapchat, and that was like, I had a Snapchat maybe 3 years ago. So, and like,
but it's just a really big deal though for him because he's in Florida and they put him up for death
penalty.
That's why it really took over because he's not very old. He's a
kid. He was a kid when
that happened. He was told he can't be older than 25 at the moment.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Florida man.
So that's why it took over. Like and the story was just so wild because the last video you see, which is supposed to be within an hour of the killing, is him and the homies, and they're all cool getting into the car.
Huh.
And these are like, he literally had both of their names tatted on his face.
So he's saying, and he's like, no, I didn't do it.
He said he didn't do it.
Yeah, you know.
But
And then like I guess like it comes back to like that whole like
don't do it, don't do
the
it.
CSI shit. They're like the trajectory of the bullets and like you found shell casings and stuff. It's like it from what I heard of like preliminary stuff, it paints him. I don't know if it's painting him,
but they don't have
there's nothing concrete.
They don't have anything, so it's just like we can.
That's the wild thing about the legal system.
It's like we can tell you everything that we know. Yes, bullets have to be. If you were to make a bullet go through this like this way, you would have to have been shooting. Like we can tell you all that, but there's no proof of it.
Yeah.
Well, that's also like
say is wild.
Eyewitnesses that were there.
They're saying different
they're
things.
like, well, then also like their accounts. It's by nature an eyewitness account will be very inaccurate.
Yeah.
No matter even if 10 people are there,
Especially
10
if
people
it's a traumatic event.
see 10 different
100%.
things. You know.
Yeah, it's very rare that you get an eyewitness scenario where like everyone's like, "Oh yeah, we saw the same thing." No, because it depends on that person's whole fucking life that goes into that. Where they're like,
so like he was fighting death, so that's kind of cool for him. Maybe he'll get bonded out, get another trial or something
Free
like
Melly.
that. But then Thug too, he's having a hard time. It's kind of looking good for him also because they can't even find a jury for his case because they can't find anybody that's
Impartial.
doesn't know him, doesn't know who he is.
Yeah.
They have to, it has to be a jury of your peers. So he's in Atlanta. They have to get people from Atlanta that don't know who Young Thug is.
Does that work with everybody?
What do you mean?
Well, like, all right, if Donald Trump was like,
it does, yes, exactly.
So they would have to find people who don't know who he is.
They would have to find people that at least are legally gonna tell you that I have no idea or I haven't heard about what's going on. I may know who he is,
How does
but
that
I
work?
have no
But
idea of what this case is involving.
That's because that's like I mean, there are federal and civil trials. It's like not every trial
everything
has a jury.
So like Trump
But
stuff wouldn't have.
he wouldn't have a jury.
Okay.
Well, it depends.
Depends on what he's like. But these are
Well, if it's
these are
federal,
federal charges.
then
He's
it
not.
doesn't?
It's
Most
different.
of the times it doesn't.
It's closed sessions.
But then like so like every time that there was like a celebrity,
it just depends if it's state or feds.
that's crazy. I'm just thinking about
then they also it like is really up to I don't know if it's the judge or the court or whatever, and they will be like, oh, we can only have this many people who aren't directly involved with the trial in the courtroom.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they'll let a shitload of people and a lot of
But then on top of
observers.
that, both the defense and prosecutors have to agree on the whole jury selection.
Yeah.
So just
And
because
they'll say
a
no on
defense
number 3,
says yes,
yes
the
on number
prosecutors
4.
are going to say no, and they just keep on going back and forth, back and forth.
Huh.
So then that ultimately brings the pool even lower because you're already in a town. It's Young Thug in Atlanta.
Yeah, everyone knows him. Have you ever done jury duty?
Hell no.
Have you ever done jury duty?
No, because I always say I don't trust cops.
I've never shown up. I showed up once and
Works
they let
every
me go.
time, baby. And I'm being. I'm not
But you're
lying.
actually being honest.
I'm not lying.
I ain't wait.
So wait,
I
what,
pay taxes.
what do you
Why am I
do?
gonna-
You walk in, you say, "Yeah, I don't trust cops." Bye.
Well, you because like if my deferral doesn't work, because like I'm registered to San
literally
Bernardino
hate-
County.
Yeah.
And so whenever they like send me jury duty, because my mailing address is still my mom's over there.
Same.
So then like I'm like I live in LA County. It's a financial burden for me to go over there and miss work. Works like a charm, baby, and
Works
it's not
like a
a lie.
Do you think people really actually get like fined for not? Because like
No, but that's what another thing in the Young Thug case that was crazy. This judge, he was finding attorneys and all kind of stuff, holding people in contempt of court, making attorneys write 1,000-page essays.
that's when you're the judge and you're like, oh,
This dude
right,
was
so I'm gonna
flexing,
fucking-
like
yeah,
But the
he's
thing
like
is,
I'm
too,
gonna.
they're saying that the DA was just she was overzealous. Dude.
Isn't the
trying
DA?
To,
She's trying to like,
Make a name
she's trying
for
to try
herself.
like 30
Yeah.
people at one time.
you know, it's what happens when you do Adderall. You get too hopped up.
She's hopped up on that juice. She
That
thinks
Mountain
she's got
Dew.
that. She got that power. But no, yeah. So hopefully Thug gets out. But yeah, it's not looking good for his jury selection either. So they can't find anybody.
Well, what else is going on in the music industry world?
Yeah,
Drake
lay it on me, bro.
interview. The Drake interview. You guys watch that? Remember
No.
that chick I was telling you about? That really dry white bitch. That's
Oh
funny?
yeah. It's kind of. I haven't watched the interview.
Yeah,
though.
like Bobby. What's her last name?
I don't know. It sounds German or something.
Yeah, it's like Tuttahoff or Antahoff or something like that.
Yeah.
Some kind of Hoff.
She's funny though. I like her shtick.
the
The Drake interview was the worst one though because she is good. I like her, but she was going up against a seasoned vet.
It didn't work.
He was kind of too good for her.
Really?
And that she was kind of fanning out. You could kind of tell she was
trying
to
not to.
She was trying to do her shtick, but like Drake's answers were kind of just like. I'm not even
like a fan. I'm not even a stan, but like if I was standing next to Drake, I might like wet myself or something like that.
No, because like he said things like he was just saying things that like were throwing her off to like the fact that like
did he say like sleep with her or something?
Yeah, he was like she said something to the fact like, oh, what's your type? And he was like,
not you.
No, he looked her up and down because they were in a bed first off.
Oh yeah, they're both side by side, right? Yeah, yeah.
And he looks her up and down, and he's drinking the whole time. He looks her up and down, and he goes, I'd fuck it. And then that's what I'm saying. The whole time he's like, you got to imagine Drake's been in a wheelchair since he was what, 15, or at least acting.
He knows
like
the game.
He's been like
shout out Degrassi.
He can do his thing. Like
Jimmy.
He can do his thing. So he was like, yeah, he was too good. Like
that's funny.
He was cutting her, and she was just like, he's like, I'd fuck it. She's like, I'm not it. He's like, well, I'm just saying I'd fuck it.
That's hilarious.
I don't know your pronouns.
Yeah.
I know you don't watch Dave, but you ever see the part where it's Dave with
I watched the first season. First season.
I think it's third season. It's him and Drake.
I heard Drake did have an appearance.
It's hilarious, and like it's their first time meeting. And
I think Drake's probably really dope.
I think he's probably also really funny. He seems dry funny.
Super dry, funny,
super Canadian,
and like
funny.
He's just like been on for so long that I think he's just like in a whole different realm of.
See,
reality.
Drake, we love you. Come to the
Drake.
show.
Yeah, no, fuck with Drake. No, yeah, their interview.
What's your favorite Drake
song or just version of Drake?
Version.
Ooh, I like Drake.
You like sitting up on top of the building?
I like
first name greatest, last name ever.
I like part in the hair Drake rapping. I like
with that one
first name greatest,
last name ever.
That was
like a sprained ankle, boy. I ain't nothing to play with.
I thought that was his sharpest bars back then.
No,
he always has bars.
No, but like those were like
blessed,
or at least my favorite.
I love his verse on Blessed. Yeah, I feel blessed.
Drake is just blessed. He's like he is
a goat, and I don't care. You don't have to like him. He's a goat.
He's a certified lover boy. What do you want from him?
He's doing what he's doing.
That album was terrible, though.
It's him. Do you put him and Kendrick on the same level?
They're like.
I don't think a Kendrick gets a pop star, like a popular
I didn't say
star.
That. I just say, do you put them on the same level?
I can say
what level of what
impact on the
stardom
industry?
Level.
But like, do you put T Swift and Drake on the same level?
Yeah, I could say so.
Of what? Of stardom at that point.
Yeah.
Do you put Kendrick and Drake?
I would say like if you want to go, you go by like I
didn't say no Buster. I said Kendrick and Drake.
Yeah,
I do too.
Yeah. I mean, I do. The only reason why I pause is because I think maybe more girls fuck with.
Well, yeah, but that's beyond the point.
Yeah.
But do you think that it's a lack of stardom on Kendrick's part for putting out music?
Well,
no.
because he doesn't like.
I think
he doesn't do a lot of like antics and shit. You know, he like makes music. He doesn't do that much outside.
I think
unless
he
it's
does
like,
do antics, though. You just don't catch it.
Because his Finsta is hilarious, which brings me back. Have you guys seen his Finsta?
No, he has one.
Oh my god, I don't know it off top, but like he just posted his workout routine. And he's so extra in it. It's hilarious. Like you could tell he's trolling. He's like doing the whole like OG, like he's doing burpees.
Oh wow!
But every time he gets up from the burpee, he does this.
Hey, that's Kung Fu
Kenny.
No. It wasn't Kung Fu style. It was like OG style.
Like sup dog, sup dog.
Exactly.
Elbows out.
Elbows out. And then he walks up to the pull-up bar, looks at the pull-up bar for a little bit.
It'd be greater if he had Dickies with a cuff and a crease.
Bro, he bought fake Jordans in Canal Street.
Oh, I saw that.
And he was just like, intentionally, and he was just like...
See, I think he's a big troll, actually.
I think they all are.
Yeah. Well, you know who I think is a huge troll, and I hope it is, and not like actually like something wrong, is Doja Cat. I
think something's wrong with her.
You do?
I really do. Only because I've heard stories because she came up in a camp that was very close to the... I want to say it was the TDE camp. Not the same camp, but they basically had a house like in Woodland Hills type of thing. And they were all working out of. And I heard that she is definitely different.
I don't think she. Yeah, I think she's different, but like I think she's
still a troll.
She's playing the game. She's playing the game.
I hope
No,
she is.
she is a troll, but
yeah.
she is definitely different.
Yeah, but she like FKA Twigs different because like
Yes,
yeah, okay,
but
yeah,
she's also a mega troll.
yeah. I like her troll business. I think is hilarious.
So that's what makes her so different because you don't know what
you don't know what you're getting if it's real or not. You know,
don't know.
and like with the Britney Spears scenarios these days, you don't
Did
really
you hear her new song?
Britney Spears.
Yeah,
No,
with Will I Am.
Will.i.am still makes music.
Yeah, they just put out a song actually like on Friday, guys.
you
Where
sound
at?
actually excited about it.
I'm not. It was trash, but I made myself listen to it.
Let me tell you about my this
New track I'm dropping Thursday.
No, because it was new music weekend.
Drake, Thugger, 6ix9ine, Melly. I hit my topics.
Yeah, everybody, just so you know, we have topics that we must hit. I don't know.
Those amazing segues. Sometimes you don't even notice.
Josh,
Seems
take it away.
natural. Well, thanks
Iraq
for that.
and Denmark, no.
Thanks for that. Thanks for that
Nas.
transition.
Do you listen to the new Nas album?
It wasn't it for me.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
It was
I liked-
lack of magic.
I liked
I
it.
just listened to the
but I like
Nas and
Nas.
50
I
track.
know.
I,
It was
thought
just
that was
not
hot.
it though.
Do you listen to Ice Spice?
I didn't. I couldn't just because it was deluxe. I don't need to hear it.
I
She's
don't
trash.
because I don't like it. But like, I thought maybe you guys.
Nah,
listened to
I
that.
couldn't bring myself to listen to it.
Yeah, basically Nas was the only thing. I listened to like the little EP that Odessa put out, but man,
I saw it scrolled by.
yeah, I didn't listen to Greta Van Fleet.
I did. It's if you listen to that kind of music, it's worth a listen.
It's worth it.
Yep. He sounds a lot like the singer from Mars Volta.
He sounds just like
It's not AC/DC. He sounds more like Mars
not-
Volta.
no,
Led Zeppelin.
not AC. No, Led Zeppelin.
Led
He
Zeppelin.
sounds.
That's what I meant,
He
Led
sounds
Zeppelin.
just.
They've
like
never
Led
listened to
Zeppelin.
him though before.
Who?
I mean, but don't you think it's unfair to take down somebody's like level of artistry just because they sound like someone?
They don't sound like them though.
They sound like Led Zeppelin.
They sound like Led Zeppelin.
They don't sound like Led Zeppelin.
They're, at least their last album
but
sounded
also-
like Led Zeppelin.
That's but
Well, no,
you
they've been
need
saying that
something
since
to
the jump, though.
introduce- Yeah, that's how they introduce, but they don't really sound like Zepp.
But then no, the whole thing is like they say that like, oh, we've never listened to Led Zeppelin, kind of thing.
They say that?
Who?
Kind of like that's not one of their inspirations. That's what they're saying.
Oh, that could be
maybe.
very true. Because to me, he sounds like the singer from Mars Volta.
Mars Volta are going on tour, by the way.
Oh, hold on. Let me.
Or at the drive-in
This is
for the cool
this
kids.
is a tie-in for Greta Van Fleet. Real quick. Hold on one second.
Yeah, that's my Greta Van Fleet.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah,
I could do the stuff they wear though. They're all like
they're all like 70s rockers.
doesn't Build?
He may have done this thing.
I think
for him,
Bill's
yeah,
done
for
it.
sure.
Yes.
Oh, did
Yeah.
you get that? Did you get that? Jeez.
What you got? What you got? What you got? What you
You
got?
got that? You got that shirt?
Oh, did you get it?
Stay chill, Bill. He's
Our
worked with
boy.
Greta Van Fleet. He came out with a new shirt, which I copped. it.
Shout
Let me see
out,
it.
Bill.
Damn.
Oh
in
yeah.
a size medium.
That's
'cause
his bike, right?
That's all they had, and I can't fit into a medium.
Wait,
I'm
let me-
too
Bite
big
off
boned
you.
these
See real
days.
quick. That's his bike, right?
Is it? Let me see it.
I think that. No, it's not.
illustration
No,
of his
no, it's an
bike.
illustration. But his bike looks like that.
That's what it looks like. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got the same.
Shout out, Bill.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah. That definitely
Bill, we
is his
miss
bike.
you.
That is his bike. He just illustrated.
Bill,
Yeah,
come hang
I
out.
haven't seen you in like 2
Bill,
years.
come on the pod.
Hell yeah.
Trey doesn't want to have guests yet.
Not yet.
I feel like we can have the homies on.
Trey's afraid of having too many non-melanated people on the.
No, I'm afraid of busting the load too early.
But why can't we have them? Keep having them on. They
Just
could be constant
take a
guests.
blue chew, bro.
We're not sponsored yet.
That's what we're going for. Back to episode 3.
We're not sponsored yet.
Yeah. Hey, Josh, since you basically make Trey and I smarter about news and politics, can you inform
Yeah, I was taking a
us?
back seat this episode, just letting you guys talk.
Nah, dude, you're
All
in
he's
the
What would
got
you like
is-
to talk
you're in
about?
the front seat.
You got Iraq and Denmark.
Yeah,
but we
tell me
covered
about-
everything else beside
The
anime.
yeah. But tell me about Iraq and Denny.
You haven't heard about Iraq and Denmark beefing?
No.
So some like ultra nationalists in Denmark, I think this was sanctioned by the government, like they got it approved, and they burned a Quran in front of the Iraq embassy.
But it was approved by the government.
I believe so.
How do you approve like what you have to
Because they're like,
call
oh,
up and
it's
say, can I do this?
It's like it's probably not on the grounds. It's in front of it. So then they were like, oh, we're doing a. Maybe they didn't know that a burning of the Quran was involved, but they were like, oh, we want to have a peaceful protest.
Huh.
And then so in Iraq, the the Danish embassy is getting fucking. It was like under siege, pretty much. So
Is that where Danishes come from?
Denmark, yes.
Damn.
OG.
I have so many questions, but my first question is, what is an ultra nationalist?
Nationalist is just like you put your country first, and that's kind of like ethnically too, you would say. Like, so Danish people, very non-melanated people, they think that anybody in their country is like a foreign invader, you could say. And this is like
melanated Dutch person though.
No, that there's.
I bet you their footy team has melanated players.
There's plenty, and that's kind of like a thing too. Like a lot of
German
there's a lot of
teams?
like ultra nationalists that back footy teams.
Yeah.
But they seem to like
That's
Ultra
the most.
nationalist is just a new way of saying extreme racist to whatever side you are.
But like you're for your
your
country,
country,
right?
Just like
Your side.
you know,
Yeah.
like,
well, if you're an extreme national or whatever nationalist of America, you're just the white dude that hates everything else.
Do you think it's only white
yeah,
people?
they are.
But definitely other people.
But there's
it's
not
pro-America, right?
There's not.
Isn't it pro-America?
Pro-America, but then
Like, these
if you're
colors don't
pro-America, then you would be for everything.
How many
I mean, like,
how many
That's
Hispanic people, how many Asians, how many black people are like America first? We don't like these people
couple.
coming in.
very couple.
Exactly,
Yeah.
a couple.
Yeah.
couple? They're the outliers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the outliers. What would you say the people
I
that
wonder if there's
echo those
Middle
sentiments?
Easterners that do
Of
that.
course, there has to be.
I mean, I know there are, but like,
of course. We love this place. It has provided nothing but the good.
bro, your
I'm-
your accents are fucking terrible. Bro.
I know. I know.
Sorry,
I can't be an actor of any other place but American.
you can no. I just think that you're only allowed to do white accents because that's not
'cause
racist.
that one's
but
not
everything
racist.
else,
Oh,
is
it's not too
racist.
racist?
Everything else becomes racist. Sorry, Josh.
Half
go. Hit it.
of him is offended.
Yeah, half. No, I mean, yeah, half me is offended.
Half your nose.
The white person, the
No,
white
the
half
full
is
nose. We talking about
no, the whole.
the whole nose. Yeah, bro. I just took you out of the baklava list for this. Yeah,
You don't even pronounce your people's dessert right. Yep. You know. Yep,
No.
I called you.
No.
I called you.
No.
I called you. Called you, son.
How do you pronounce it?
Let me see if you pronounce it right.
Hold on, because I got to remember. Because we pronounce it completely wrong. Oh, we say baklava.
Baklava is what
And
Americans
and they say.
He's not gonna get it. Baklava.
It's like they don't enunciate.
It's a W.
No, it's the
a
V's or
W.
W's.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I just.
Yeah, I say baklava for all of my white ass friends. You ever hear my mom say it? She
Well,
never,
why do you think I talk the way I talk?
for white ass friends? I'm sure, Josh. I mean, I have to
I was like,
speak
Sean's
it.
been fronting this whole time. And
You ever try?
baklava.
If I go around saying baklava, people go like,
What are you?
The fuck is that?
I don't
Would
want
you
that.
call me?
Yeah.
Bless you.
Is that?
You don't want to teach me the ways. Segregist.
No, it was okay. So they go and they burn a Quran. Did they say the reason for it? Was there like a behind like
I mean, I would assume it's like some sort of xenophobia or hatred against like Islam.
but Iraq's the only ones that
Because they were probably doing some sort of like, oh, this is where terrorists come from, and like there was some.
damn
I'm
that's
sure there's a lot of misguided shit.
very close-minded if you think that's from Iraq.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking like
You don't remember out here after 9/11?
it's Danish. Yeah, exactly. Very,
even though it's called the Afghani War. Sorry,
but like
it's
like
not a good term either. But I was just saying.
Like
Sorry,
we ain't no different.
I don't mean that. Yeah.
We ain't no different. We all the same.
Yeah, no, exactly. We're bigots all over the world, baby.
Yeah.
We just pick and choose.
So
Yeah.
when they went,
Loudest voices.
so in Iraq, was it? You know, remember that movie? Was it Argo?
Mm-hmm.
Is
Oh,
it?
Iran
Ben Affleck?
Contra.
Iran, yeah,
that was
is
a
it-
good movie.
Is it like that kind of sense where they're storming the Denmark?
They were trying
embassy?
like
That
I
was
believe
the embassy. Huh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
the
believe
embassy.
the security stopped them before they went in. But
Wait, the Iraqi security or the Denmark security?
Danish security stopped the Iraqi population from going in there.
Jeez.
So like the government cut. They were like, I think the Danish thing. I can't remember the Danish government said, but like,
Yeah, what'd they do?
Iraq cut ties with Denmark. Like, X'd out. I don't know. I'm sure those ties are pretty tenuous to start with. I'm sure they're not. They're
What
not
do they
best
trade?
buddies. Exactly. I don't know.
Do you think Canadians call American
Danishes?
bacon American bacon?
I think they just call it.
Wait, what?
I think they call it bacon. and they call they call it American. They call it bacon over there.
They call it bacon over there is ham.
But I feel like they call it ham, and over here we call it Canadian bacon.
No, but I was thinking because I was like, Danish. Do they just call it like a muffin or something? And we call it
scone,
a pastry.
You know, or when we call it Danish, but they're just like, this is a muffin.
They call it a us.
Well, I mean, we call croissants. I mean, croissant.
I call it croissant.
Croissant.
I went to a Japanese bakery this morning, and I was like, "Oh, can I have a croissant?" And the guy was like, "Yeah, a croissant, sure."
Isn't that kind of racist? You guys having a fake accent too?
No, I'm pronouncing it how you're supposed to pronounce it.
Right,
but you're not doing it right.
But no, that's closer to how you're supposed to pronounce
Josh does pretty good.
He does pretty good.
Myself, not so much.
Well, when I
is that cultural appropriation?
Well, no, like, if somebody's name is Jesus, are you calling him Jesus?
Because you don't have an accent.
From that
I do. Country.
It's not maybe good accent, but it's an accent.
No, you're adding an inflection that you hear them. So is that cultural appropriation?
I don't know if that's an accent as much as
how you're supposed to pronounce the word, like as a language. Like, because you go to French, you remember when the guy in Paris, I was like, "Oh, can I get a croissant?"
Well, why wouldn't you just call it croissant?
Because I could.
But are you culturally appropriating them by saying croissant?
No, because it's not a culture; it's a language.
But if I was speaking by a culture,
if I was culturally appropriate, I'd be like, "Excuse me, sir, can I have a croissant?" That would be insensitive. I am not insensitive though, so I would never say that.
Yo, I just thought of Trey ordering in Italy right now.
No, I'm just saying because we're always insensitive. Because every time I think of tacos,
can I get a margarita?
Exactly.
That's
we're very insensitive, right?
Wait. I mean, there's insensitive, and then there's just not. Like,
it's all a cultural appropriation. Though,
no,
right?
it's not. That's not the culture. It's the language.
Yeah,
but and language is part of their culture.
Yeah, but you're extracting that out. You're not like exploiting it in any way. You're not taking it. Actually, I would say in terms of
language is
croissant.
They speak French in like Gabon and like I think also in Ivory Coast.
Well, what I mean is like, okay, when you put the extra on it, like if most Americans, and I'll say I'm generalizing again, most Americans when they're saying something in Spanish, green, verde. We know that's not what it is, but that's how we would pronounce it, red.
Yeah, but how you say quesadilla?
Quesadilla.
You don't say quesadilla.
No.
But that's how it would be if it was in English.
So are we culturally appropriated?
No.
No, you're just saying the word right.
Yeah, like that's why I was like ordering in Italy. I was ordering it in Italian. Like
I know I do. That's what I'm saying. Are we culturally appropriating by saying these things?
Cultural appropriation is like
no, because I think that's taking the culture. Yeah,
it is exploiting.
That's like you walking around with like a headdress on, like trying to sage people, saying you're a shaman or smudge people. That'd be like cultural appropriation.
So you can sage stuff. That's not cultural appropriation.
I mean, I still think it is.
So I can, if you add an accent. All I did was add an accent. That's what I'm trying to.
But saying quesadilla isn't adding an accent, and he's saying croissant is not adding an accent. It's saying the word as it's stated in that native language.
Okay.
Yeah. Which I guess you're still going to say is cultural appropriation.
Well, me saying,
I don't think it is though.
Me saying buongiorno, is that cultural appropriation?
Or you just speaking that language? Like if I go to Mexico and I start speaking Spanish, like that's not cultural.
I'm saying the accent because we don't have that accent.
No, but the accent comes when you're trying to pronounce it correctly as the native language.
Is that cultural appropriation? Then?
No. No, it does not.
That's exactly my point. When you're adding extra, is that cultural appropriation?
Well, but what is adding extra?
You're adding extra because you would pronounce it right a different way if given a different.
You need to ask Food's Gone Wild on this one,
or you just ask anybody. You know, it's like, is it? Because just like I'm sure people wouldn't think it is, but is it though? Because we like to throw those words.
I don't think it would be. But I mean, that's my take on it. I don't think it would be.
I think when it's purely language, where you're just speaking with the language, it's not. But when it's like, when you're removing the context of things.
Because I wasn't trying to culturally appropriate
in that case
Indian people with my accent, but that's how I think they talk.
Well, in that case, though, like if I'm saying like a rap lyric where it's like the neighbors think I'm selling dope, and I take off the ing on selling and I say selling, is that cultural appropriation? Because I don't talk like that. I don't talk like
well, no, then you're just reciting lyrics. You're being accurate to the.
But isn't that cultural appropriation?
Well, yeah, technically it's all.
I mean, I'm just
all
asking,
of rock and roll is a cultural appropriation.
Like if people say ain't when they're not supposed to say ain't, but they're saying ain't because it works right for the conversation.
I mean, people just do whatever they want. Braids can be cultural appropriation, but then they cannot be.
Hey, man.
Dreadlocks can be cultural appropriation, but then they cannot be.
I only had
I just don't trust white people with dreads. That's all. That's what I say.
Well, then white people that are all about it be like, well, the first people who had braids were Dutch and the Vikings and blah, 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 and that's why it's called a Dutch braid. And so who knows?
I'm just like...
I mean, I do know that the Nords had dreads, but I just think people had dreads because no one washed their hair. Like I don't think it's because the actual like composition of hair.
Well, back
especially
back then,
way
like,
back then, yeah.
You know what I mean? I think people weren't washing their hair, bro.
Well, those
way
like
back then.
even though
if you on a boat, you ain't washing your
like,
hair. Yeah.
They were like the dirtiest people. Like they were jumping their shit in the streets.
But then to hop on the other side, we do know people who have been marginalized off of their natural texture of hair.
Yes.
Yeah. Like it's like
100%.
So then that's where I guess
it's all context.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because people are like, this is how my hair naturally grows. It's like, that's not corporate. Like,
but like we wouldn't.
Corporate?
I don't think would we. I mean,
yeah.
I don't even. Never mind.
No, because that's what somebody said about the.
Well, I was gonna say like, okay, so like if when like white girls. When non-melanated people get like
braids,
right? Yeah, they get mad.
Well, that's what I was saying.
But then when like black girls get
that's ghetto.
But that's
when they get straight hair.
But that's what the whole thing is are they doing it just to fit in more with society because society doesn't embrace their natural hair?
But or are you doing it as a look because you want to accessorize yourself in a way that you haven't never done before?
But most black people don't think of it like that. I don't think it's a look.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
well, they would look at it as
I won't touch
my
that.
texture of hair isn't looked at as one beautiful, as two corporate or professional.
That's fucking yeah.
So I have to do this to my hair to at least just get into the doorway.
Yeah, exactly. Because having an afro, having the natural hair back in the 70s, that was an act of rebellion because you're embracing this is my natural hair.
That's my natural.
I'm not going to like straighten it to like make you feel comfortable.
One of the first black millionaires was a woman who did hair care product.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
From like I think Louisiana. I forget her name. It's like Madam. I think she was the Madam too. But yeah, no,
crazy.
It's like, but that's where that comes from, and it's just like, well, it's just like. That's where the whole appropriation thing is. It's like, okay, you're wearing a style that I can't wear in a professional environment.
Yeah.
But somehow it's cool because it's just a weak design for you. It's just like
flavor of the week type shit.
You wear for the week.
I wonder if that means that when like I don't know if this is gonna be the right thing to say, but like
say it anyway.
White people stealing like the mullet
everything
because I mean I don't know.
Bro, did you know that
I've worked with a lot of like Hispanic crews and groups, and that's their shit.
What's it called?
That's their shit.
What's the name of that? I mean, there's
half the people I ever worked on when I was doing like roofing, bro. They all had mullets,
and that's like from
and they're not from here.
That was like that I remember too. That like that whole story. That like comes back to that's representative of their culture.
Yeah,
and like that was even before colonialism.
100%. So like basically, white people are stealing.
Well, is
that really a surprise?
Cowboys and stuff. Supposedly there was like black cowboys way back.
Oh, for sure,
100%.
But
I mean, cowboy. All it was somebody against they were not even criminals. They were just vigilantes. I guess they were just like they took the law into their own hand.
Perceived. We only get perceived as the Billy the Kids, and these are the cowboys.
I feel like I would have been a cowboy.
I probably would have been a cowboy.
I think I would have. I think I just would have went that route.
I'm pretty sure I would have been building the railroad. Sorry, guys.
I've been working on the railroad.
Actually, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah, you wouldn't be.
They didn't have Middle Eastern people. I don't think in the.
Well, they didn't have Filipino people technically, but people think I'm Chinese anyway.
No, but they did have Filipino people in California.
Oh, okay. If you want to get to it, Filipino people were the first.
Filipino people were the first people on. Yeah, outer indigenous people.
Really good with music or something, and I could have been like in the house or something.
Oh, you would have been an entertainer.
You would have been
shucking and jive.
I'm not gonna say that one, bro.
Shucking and jive.
Al Jolson would have found you an inspiration.
Look how straight my pearlies are.
Dang. You would have been the Samuel L. of Django?
Nah, I couldn't. I would have been Django.
No, he wouldn't be. I don't.
You would have been Django.
I would have been Django.
You would have liked it too much. You would have loved it.
I'm all beating the horse. Come on.
Yeah, you've been bang, 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 bang.
Yeah, I would have liked it way too much. All right, Josh, let's wrap it up.
Yeah, what's up with I'm really actually curious about its anime characters are cats.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Nah, I'm curious.
oh, really? Okay, that was
Yeah.
like a throw on right there.
Nah, I wanna know.
Well, I saw it on TikTok because I'm like I'm on TikTok now, and it's actually a pretty cool place. I mean, since everything starts on TikTok anyway, but I saw this thing and it like bugged me too. It was like, I was like, anime characters, are they modeled on white people? Because none of them look Asian. And then I believe it was some like animators. They're like, no, anime characters aren't modeled on any nationality. They're modeled on cats.
No way.
Because if you look at their profile, it's like,
I'm looking at it. It's the big nose.
It comes to a nose and then
it goes down.
There's no definition. And then if you line it up with a cat, big eyes.
Wow.
Why is there no fur then?
Well, because it's just I think they're just using the face.
Yeah, it's just the structure of everything. So there's the anime characters they're not based on any nationality. They're based on cats.
Do you think it's like?
And so are people who watch hentai, are they furries?
Yeah. That's what I was about to take this.
Is this real or is this someone's opinion?
But
Well, like,
animator.
Everything's all an opinion though.
This is
my
an
guy.
animator, at least.
Yeah, an
so at least
animator
somebody
who draws,
somebody in the realm.
What has he animated or she?
I can't tell you that. I saw it on TikTok.
Was it current? Or
Facts don't matter.
Do you know if it was current or
Facts
old?
definitely don't matter.
It was probably within the last maybe three
No. The
years.
stuff that they animate, were they an older animator? Or
I
were
think
they a new
I think the
animator?
thing itself. The stitch. The video is relatively new, like 2-3 years.
Okay.
But the video, like where they were saying it was modeled on cats, looked older.
Honestly, though,
I
and I
highly
think
believe that old like Cowboy Bebop, they were more off.
no, but like
Dragon Ball Z, they were
I'm not
all
saying
cats.
Pokemon was like anime, but their faces kind of look a little cat like.
Pokemon, I could see maybe.
Because it goes like this to the pointy nose, and then it's like,
But that would be like the creator of the Boondocks being like, yeah, I modeled the creators off of dogs.
No, they modeled it off of anime.
Boondocks did?
Yeah.
No.
Look at it.
I know that, but I'm just saying it would be
Look
like
at
him
it.
saying I modeled it off of dogs or something.
Well, I mean, like they could have.
You definitely could have.
I think the whole thing, like, it kind of weird.
But for the whole genre,
the
though,
only
is what I'm
reason though
saying.
I'm saying that kind of sort of does match is because there is a weird cat fetish within the like anime realm where like people wear like little like cat paws and cat ears.
I can't remember the term. I don't want to.
I don't know what the
it's
term is either.
Yeah. But it's like,
Is that appropriation because of the Lucky Cat?
But I mean, if you look like anime characters from like Astro Boy and stuff, they look generally the same to now.
Yeah.
They don't wildly different.
But
But
that's
even
what
like
I'm
say
saying.
Dragon Ball Z, it doesn't look wildly different than the average
No, but that's what I'm
anime
saying.
that you pick it from.
I could be fully mistaken, but I don't think the animators
Dragon
back in
Ball Z though they did have the pointy
93,
nose.
they were modeling those characters off of.
But Dragon Ball Z
No,
though
I'm
they do
saying
have
in
the
the very
big
beginning,
eyes and the
before
pointy
everything,
nose.
like it could like, and this is like
Yeah,
facts
no,
don't matter
yeah.
and stuff, but like they look
Facts
generally
don't
the same.
matter.
Well, they don't, but that's just a horror for me to sell. Like, because anime has to have been around for like 60 years.
Yeah, like since the 60s, 50s,
Exactly.
something like
I
that.
don't know. There's a huge cat loving side of like.
No, I get all that.
I mean, that's Japanese culture, yeah, for
That's
sure.
what I was gonna say. Japanese
fact.
culture.
But that's like,
And it's woven into mythology and story
Yeah.
and stuff. So yeah,
I get all that,
It
but
can
they
line
look
up.
like people. They're not cats. That's like,
well, they look
no.
like
It's, no,
it's
they
just
look like
the
people. What you're
basic
saying the
face
facial
shape.
structure,
not the bodies
not
or
the
anything. Face shape. If you
what
look,
does that even mean?
like big eyes.
tiny nose, big eyes, small mouth.
Yeah, but the mouth can do the.
Isn't that just a nicer way of being racist?
What do you mean?
What you guys just described is what people with stereotypes would call Asian people.
Big eyes? No,
Asian people don't
Well,
have
they're
big eyes.
slanty.
No, they're
Small
big,
nose.
dude.
big eyes.
In
opposite
anime,
of what?
they have giant eyes. They're like
Giant eyes.
circular
Small
giant
nose.
I get
eyes,
that. That's a cat
pointy
feature.
nose. Well, cats have usually known as for the like. Think Cheshire cat,
Think of
big eyes.
No, I'm talking about a real cat.
Put some, yeah,
No,
they
but
have-
that's
in
based off the
proportion.
same
Their
thing.
eyes are bigger
Their
than
eyes are-
like
yeah.
their head compared because they. I mean, there's biological reasons
Like-
to that, but
Their eyes are as big as like their eyes are like usually,
Jennifer
I think,
Love-Hewitt.
They're probably bigger.
No, she has big ears.
Does she?
I didn't say that.
Sorry, Jennifer. Actually, I don't
She's
even know.
very beautiful.
She
I love
is.
her.
Do you remember?
I know
this
what she did last time.
like this doesn't matter. And we're gonna end.
She has
it
ears
of
and cord.
Do y'all remember when like people said like Megan Fox had weird thumbs?
She does.
Yeah, she's got toe thumbs.
Why
But
would
like,
you say that?
But no, like my thing is like,
It's modeled after
why do
cats.
people act like cats do have big thumbs?
No, they have small thumbs.
I know. I'm just kidding. But like,
She does have those thumbs though.
But it's kind of weird the things like back in like what we were like 14, 15, the things that like we're like hyper focused on. Like, what?
We didn't have the internet. It's like she's slightly deformed. We got to tell everybody.
I don't know if they're actually slightly deformed.
they small.
But is that slightly deformed?
I think it just sticks out because she's like, you could say like objectively, like by the Western beauty standard, she's like a very
She's
attractive
hot.
woman.
Yeah.
And
Until
so
you
like
see them thumbs.
you
don't know.
you pick apart every piece of her until you find something that's
thumb
not
through
desirable.
You thumb through the stuff until you find a part you don't like.
Yo, I heard the craziest thing. This is the first generation we've ever had who types with their thumbs.
Well, I mean, what generation before is typed?
No, but you know what I mean? Like, well typewriter's been around forever.
How
Well,
long?
I type on my computer like that. How's that
Typewriters?
any
Hold on.
different?
At least 100 years.
That's it.
But that's...
There ain't no typing before 100 years.
I don't want to talk to this fool anymore. Wrap it up, Josh.
Ain't
Okay,
no
well,
type.
before I wanted to say this thing.
You know what I mean,
I
fool.
know.
I think we invented a
Time travel?
a new sexual position last night.
Oh, yeah. What's up? What's up?
It's based on the cowgirl. You guys all know cowgirl. Just
No,
just
paint a
women on
picture
top.
so
I need you to show, paint a full-on picture for me.
All right, so
Imagine I'm blind like Stevie.
do you want me to do it on you or do
So
it on?
use your hands
Oh, yeah.
and...
So I'm like this.
Oh yeah, I feel it, baby. Feels good.
So it's
All right,
it's
all
the
right.
same thing. It's like a cowgirl, but
yeah.
it's replaced where I'm on top.
Oh, she went Amazonian.
But it's like
How did your dick move that direction?
Wait,
Exactly.
maybe I didn't see what happened.
so you
Paints
know
it better.
okay. So I'll do it on film.
Bro, you got a big dick?
Wait, you're on top and she's on her.
She's like this.
Okay.
She has straight
And I'm-
legs?
Yeah,
And you're facing the wall away.
Wait,
from
wait,
her?
wait. Oh, wait. You're
No,
laying
I'm
down in
facing
the bed.
her.
Okay.
You're laying down in bed.
She's facing up like this, and I'm facing her. I'll do it on camera too.
Fuck. Don't do it to me.
I'm like this.
And she's got and you're laying down.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're laying down, and so her legs are out, and
her legs are together, and my
what
dick is
what brought you into this position?
well, like I was straddling her for fun, and then was doing some like making some friction, and like. And so and like
so Josh, I'm like, I don't see nothing. And I thought bumping her head.
yeah, I didn't think it was gonna
giving the
develop
lap
into
dance.
Is it gonna work?
something.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was gonna. I was like, I don't think
You
it
giving
can
a
bend
little
that way.
magic mic?
But it
How does-
it
I'm not
went
gonna-
in. Like you. I will say if you have a micro penis, you cannot do this.
But not even that. Isn't it bend? Aren't you like bending it like Beckham?
well, it's going like this.
That's what I mean.
You're
yeah,
going
yeah.
from
yeah.
you're creating. So you're kind
Oh,
of like
so you're hitting the.
you're doing a little G spot stimulation, and you're also a little bit like. Can I say it?
Where you going?
Nice. I know. Wait.
It's just saying, Mike.
You're also slightly
Probably not.
stimulating the clit too.
Yeah, you can
There
say
you
that.
go.
Yeah. So it's
That's like PG.
clit is
Nowadays,
PG?
that's G.
I mean, to the level of things. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's G.
you're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah.
You're right.
Everyone's
So-
got a clip.
So okay, level of 1 to 10. The after. How do you feel about your position?
Well, it's crazy 'cause-
Mutually satisfied.
Wait, you mean
Is
with
it, are
the
you
new
throwing
one?
it into the
Like we're
repertoire?
both of you like damn that was
Well, it was fucking a new sensation because it was like basically
new sensation.
a new se- It's like basically I had the POV of a girl, and like I was like,
Did you
I was-
feel like you were fucking yourself? Because you
No.
had the POV
well,
of a
it
girl.
kinda- I was like, oh no, because like you have to work your hips more,
crazy.
and so it's like
You have
I'm,
the same point of view you always do.
no, he's on
No,
top.
I'm on top.
You still
She-
looking at a female?
no, but
No,
he's
I'm on
riding.
top.
He like imagine like
I know. I get it. I get it.
that's not the same point of view.
It's a different point.
Different point of view.
because her legs are straight. Usually,
No,
you know,
I get it. No, I
up
get
like
it.
this.
If it's from behind
it.
and you're on top, that's a different point
and
of view.
so it's like I'm grinding.
She was just like a pencil. She was just like, ooh.
Yeah, she pretty much is like because a guy what do you do? You just thrust, right? You just
like this?
when you're on bottom, you just thrust. That's all you do.
Yes.
And so basically,
She was just bobsledding the whole night?
all she does is like,
But the single
bob.
yeah.
Jamaica's got a bobsled.
And so it's crazy because it's like I'm like the traditional role of like of a woman, like on top and like, you know, kissing on top, and like, oh, so this is like when
were you throwing your
guys
hair
suck
back
on the titties. I was like,
Did she grab your titties? Did she put her hands up?
She was caressing them.
Yeah.
Did you make it a little bigger so she had something? I get it.
Well, I was
Put them together.
It was one position where I was like, I was kind of going like that, so it's pressing.
You just said
together.
that. Yeah. You just said
It was like,
that.
I was like, I had some.
Was
some
it?
titty
Did you
action
like
going.
it? Was it empowering?
It was good. It was
sounds
great.
fun.
It was like, it was new. Like I was like, oh shit, I've never hit it from this angle before.
New sex, I will say, anything you ever do that's like somewhat newish, it generally is.
It's exciting.
That's why you just have sex with a different person every time.
See, you want an open relationship. You just won't admit it.
Before we wrap this up, can
I'm
we?
just saying, if you're trying to keep it new,
You want an open relationship. What? Yeah, wait, what? You want?
Or do you guys want to talk about open relationship before we wrap this up, or do you think that's going to be another 30 minutes?
It won't be another 30 minutes, but we are deep.
I mean, we're just rocking and rolling. We should probably end it and at least maybe come back because things have been going good.
So like, yeah, let's
He
stop.
looks at all the shit.
I was trying to see if there. I was trying to see if
I
there's
scared
still.
your eyes.
Yeah,
went,
well, because
computer,
I can't tell.
camera,
I
camera.
can't tell if there's any heat warnings.
No,
on it.
I
it's good.
saw your eyes. You went.
okay.
Doesn't that one have a heat warning?
I can't tell, but your eyes went computer, camera, camera.
Okay, let's.
He scanned the
All right,
room.
yeah.
He
We'll
said,
wrap it up and then we'll start it again.
I will
Okay.
say, let me like we can hold this for later, but I think open relationships in this sense do work.
it's not that they maybe do work. It's just that our baseline for societal living is
We're trained to be
changing.
monogamous.
So it's just like, are we going to keep moving forward, or are we trying to fight moving forward by staying in the back?
I think
What do you mean? I'm confused by that statement.
like
Well, because the way we're consuming things, the way we interact with people right now, it's not really conducive to a monogamous relationship.
You're correct. on that.
agreed.
Okay, so exactly that. So are we fighting it by trying to stay like how our parents
Monogamy? Yeah,
and grandparents
yeah.
were, or should we just really go balls to the wall and just be like,
And go full Sodom and
Okay,
Gomorrah.
well, I would say
Burn this bitch down.
people.
I mean, we're headed there.
People
Yeah.
haven't, but like also too, grandparents getting married at like fucking 19,
14,
20.
right? No,
yeah.
like 14.
Okay, I wanted to be a little
13,
more. I want to give them a little grace. I want to
some-
give them a
some
little
are
grace.
12.
Your grandma
bro. Some are
married your
12.
grandpa at 12?
Yeah, bro.
God damn.
But yeah, I
real.
think for real
We've
now,
been married for 82 years.
People shouldn't get married till at least 30. To me,
I
think
will
so.
say too, I think there's a part people that are married with an open relationship, I can't speak upon that. I don't know if that
I don't
works,
know.
but I do think that there is a level of open relations in a dating relationship that is actually
That's
healthy.
healthy.
Yeah, I think that's actually healthy because I think.
Well, I think that's why we tried to specify back in the day. It's just, we're just dating.
Yeah, people are like, oh no, it's just like
We weren't together,
We're
we're
not
just
together. We're
dating."
dating, and like that makes it okay. Like you can be like, no, we are dating, but we're an open relationship in the sense that like we're
Trying to figure it out.
it precisely. And I think that the relationships that don't allow that are generally the ones that
So we still do
Restrictive.
have a
They're
little
Jonah-
hope.
they're-
So we still have a little hope of being maybe as our past was.
Yeah.
But we
Yeah.
just need to be
I
more
don't think there's
open
anything-
to
yes.
the
We don't want to
future.
be Jonah Hill. We want to be past that.
Man, you can't like I don't know. I'm not going to be free Jonah on this shit, but I do think he got hung for some stuff that was
He did.
unnecessary.
You know, he was wilding. I mean, he was in a moment.
I don't even think that the dude is clearly not like he.
We all are clearly not there.
No, but he like clearly like everything points to him not being like strong, mentally strong.
Yeah,
like clearly. And so like for people to be like, oh my god, he said that. I'm like, but he's not. Like I'm not saying it's right. Let me just say, I'm not saying it's right. Like if somebody uses,
But you can't assume in 2020.
no, but I just don't think like the fact that people were saying that he was like he was using word like
he was weaponizing therapy speak.
I think that's some bullshit
That
because
is
that means
bullshit.
that he had the cognition
knowledge.
to do it.
Yeah.
I'm like, you think he had the
Homie was
cognition?
just-
He was going.
homie was
No,
just-
I think he was talking because he doesn't
how he
think
felt.
high of himself,
That's
and
how
he
he-
yeah. Does it make it right? No.
No.
Is it unconsciously using that? Maybe. But is it
common?
conscious?
Probably more common than not.
Yeah. And like,
Well, it goes to say like people are like that's because that I could say that's like a form like when you're trying to control your partner to that. I
just don't know if he was trying to control. Like,
well, no, but like
he was, but he wasn't like cognitively trying
because he was trying to get a response out of her. Either,
but look.
Either do what I want to do or just leave me alone.
The homie made a documentary about
Stutz. Yes,
so he
100%
should have a certain level of cognition of his own actions.
Agreed. Agreed. I also think though. The fact that he said, the fact that he told all of his fans, all the people that like, please don't say anything about my weight when he lost weight was because he didn't feel good about himself. When he was doing things that were healthy, he said, please don't talk about it because he didn't feel good about himself. The fact that a person does not feel safe or comfortable to receive those type of things, I just generally think that would mean like there's a lack of confidence, a lack of safety in his body. Should he have been with her? No. Should he have dated a surfer? Clearly, no. Like it's a dumb. You can ask your girlfriend to stop doing like she's a surfer, and you say
don't surf with guys.
Yeah,
don't wear
a
swimsuit when you surf.
Like clearly, like that. But that I don't think that's him trying to be manipulative. I think it's him being like immature. I think it's him being like.
I think
not,
it's
like.
But I mean,
I'm not letting him off the hook. Yeah. I'm not saying that's okay. It's not okay. But like. I don't know, man. There's a lot of dudes out there that.
But who's perfect?
No one.
So why are we?
But I'm not. No, but I don't think the conversation is about perfect.
Teach these devils.
But I just think when people start talking about weaponizing therapy talk, I'm like, I don't think he was trying to actively weaponize it.
Well, but he definitely wasn't. But then it's not any better that every other hurt person wants to jump on his ass because they feel like they're in a situation or maybe that they're being manipulated or whatever, and that's similar to his situation.
Yeah.
And then trying to make him look even worse than he is.
I think it's more speaking of the general thing like that. I think that is a form of like emotional abuse, trying to control, not specifically to him, but like that's controlling. And people don't want to think that, oh, abuse happens all the time.
It happens all the time.
Internet is abuse.
No, but that's the thing. No,
it's abuse.
That's a great.
But it's like people don't want to accept that.
100%.
I'm sure I've done things like that. I'm guilty of emotional abuse.
Yes,
wasn't intentional. Like he was intentional, but like it's more of like because there's a lot of people like not like saying it was wrong, but he shouldn't have done. They're like he wasn't wrong. Like that's. So I think it's more just projecting. It's more projecting.
At a point where it's like, yes, we do know this, but it isn't intentional.
Well, I also think too, it's easier to hang other people than hang yourself.
Yeah, because you don't want to see yourself like, oh, I'm.
But we're in a place where everyone's doing things that. For the majority of people, we know it's not an intentional thing to hurt someone's feelings.
Yeah.
But someone is being marginalized, or whatever, and then we're going and crucifying these people.
I think what would have been a better conversation is saying that is actually bringing him into it, and somebody being like, "Hey, can you see how this was not healthy and how this was bad?" But I never read anything.
Information.
Oh, I mean,
there's no room for nuance on the internet. People,
except for don't be famous.
But
you really should.
There's no reason anyone's.
But don't be famous. And I don't mean that in the sense that like. I mean, the only way that you can the only way you can stay away from that. I'm not saying he shouldn't be famous, she shouldn't be famous. The only way you can stay away from that is by not being famous. In their
defense, they didn't choose to be famous per se. They chose to do a profession that leads them to.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not blaming them. I'm just saying in general, like.
So you can't blame them for being famous.
But I'm not. No, I'm just saying you can't be famous, and like if you get
but
fame,
they couldn't not be famous. Is what I'm saying.
Agreed.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So because not be famous.
Can I? We're supposed to wrap this up. Can I bring in?
Let's hit 4 minutes and done. We got him 4?
10.
Yeah. 10. No, I'll wrap it. Well, because we had a private conversation, and we can talk about that about
maybe I'll be offended. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, you said that. I was like, would you ever date like an actor or a model that's very visible in public eye? You're like, no, because they're always having to put themselves out there. So would you say to enter a field, your intention is to become famous?
That's your hope.
Wait, Trey's intention?
That's your hope.
Yeah. Right?
That would be your hope.
So you're actively.
But by actively going for your goal, your hope isn't to be bombarded by people. Your hope isn't to be.
No, not at all.
Is a byproduct of what your dream is.
Exactly.
Except if if you think to yourself, and there's different ways to do this because we have like different actors who handle it differently. But if you're saying to yourself, I want to be an actor and I want to be successful, then there's a level of fame. There's a piece of it where you like also can't get upset. You can't get upset. You can't be shocked. That's a better way of saying it. You can't be like,
definitely feel
you can
how
be
you
upset. You can feel everyone.
Yeah,
but
it's
like,
valid, but
the idea of being shocked. Yeah, there should be a sense of like, yeah, like you should be kind of expecting. And like, I don't know how some actors stay away from that, but they do.
Well, you have to isolate yourself, and then when we really see them, we're like, why are they so weird?
Well, there are people like Cillian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy, that's the one I was thinking about.
Michael
Why are they
Cera.
so strange?
Yeah.
Just like, what's wrong? Like, they have everything, but they don't have everything.
Because
Well,
you do
like,
have to
no, but
shelter yourself, and you
those
can't
ones,
really experience
like,
have the wide.
I don't know if you know who
experience of life.
Cillian Murphy is, but
I know him.
Yeah. Like he doesn't even have like he's like a no social media dude.
He has a
like
flip phone.
a flip phone kind of dude.
That's Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, but
Is he too?
is he? Woody though puts himself
puts
out
himself
there.
out.
In
But
movies?
probably
No.
through traditional.
Where else do you see Woody?
No, but
He
through
talks
traditional
political shit.
through traditional
Talks, but when
forms
he's
of media.
on stuff, you don't see him.
Okay, yeah. Like on platforms, correct? Yeah,
he's like,
not
oh,
on
I'm being
platforms.
interviewed.
He's
I'm
not
doing
If he's
this
on an
and that.
interview, yeah, he'll
100%.
speak his mind, but he ain't going to be anywhere. Just look at me.
Yeah,
He'll talk.
Except
that
in a
talk.
movie.
but he will talk that talk.
Okay.
It's like a Jim Carrey. They're not really searching for this byproduct of
Correct.
what they're good at.
Those are great examples of like because I was thinking Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves.
A lot of those.
somehow-
A lot of these people that are famous.
Robin Williams.
I don't think. I still think it's true. I don't think he was.
I think he was hell depressed.
But I don't think that he wanted to be in front of people in a sense of like that. I think that his greatness and what he was good at just put him in front of these people, and he had no other way but to try to.
You ever see his old school stuff when he was clearly
actually
like
doing a stand up?
but when he was like clearly like anxious and he was like epic firing. He was just
But
like
that's
boom,
what I'm
boom,
saying.
boom,
You
boom,
think
boom,
like when we get less exposure to bigger people, it's not because of we're getting less exposure. It's because they have more money and they're paying people to expose them less to us.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right, Josh, roll us out.
All right, thank you,
was a good
everybody.
one. Everything went, dude.
Appreciate you if you made it this far.
This is our
Catch
longest
us on,
one yet.
on our socials.
I want to
Catch
thank
us on
everyone that's
YouTube.
been fucking with us. Thank y'all.
Yeah,
we
thank y'all.
appreciate
Seriously.
all the follows.
It's been awesome. All the views.
Allowing all of our
comments.
heads to get all big and boisterous.
Yeah.
I'm still extremely grounded, Trey. I don't know about you, but
Josh is new to this game.
Every time I talk to Josh, you know how many fans we
Yo, but seriously, like he was saying,
bro, did you see that last clip we posted?
Likes,
we got like 1,200 views.
if y'all can like and subscribe
Please, it
and
really
share
does help.
and comments, it'd be
It really
awesome.
helps
It all really
us.
helps. We greatly appreciate it.
We're at Almost Never Pod on all socials, YouTube,
We're grinding for you
Instagram,
guys.
TikTok.
Just know this. I really don't like to argue.
Yeah, tell that to the judge.
Tell it to all my ex-girlfriends.
Thank you guys. We'll see you next week. Unless,
Later.
wait, sorry.
Now we'll
Oh,
give
wait.
you something. You'll get
Yeah,
something.
you can get
Okay.
something.
You get something.
Yeah.
I'm being New Orleans next week, but peace
We get
out.
something. Later.
Bye.
Oh, it's so hot.